Hey everybody, it's Team Prime here. I am back with another video on Deep Rock Galactic. I had done one a long time ago. I had wound up deleting it, so guess this is like the first episode. And I wanted to go over. I'm very passionate about Deep Rock Galactic. I think it has so much potential, but I don't see a lot of people talking about it. Talking about what they'd like, what they dislike. I mean, in the comments and like posting, they see a lot. But I wanted to put something on my platform to feel like as if I really contributed something to the game development. So I wanted to go over some things today on things that I would like to see, what I don't like, and what I really do like. Um, I'll probably put some Deep Rock Galactic in the background just to kind of prove a point or something like that. But my list, I'm going to be going over some things that I like. Um, the art style is just amazing. It is just awesome the way how they design the characters, the monsters, the worlds that you inhabit. It's just amazing. The lighting is really good. It's the way how like line shines off of like objects. It is just amazing. The enemy look also looks really good. Um, the effects, especially the new ones that they were showing off, like the new lava effects, the mist effects, everything like that looks. It just looks amazing. But the weapons also to some extent look cool too. Like the way how they handle is pretty good. Like they feel very meaty. Some of them are some of them are a little weak. I think that could help us which animations which I want to get into in a little bit. Um, but what I don't like is when you pick up a new weapon and you're like, okay, I want to test this out, and you realize it's the same reload animation. You're just like, why? I know it's still very much in early access, but I feel like if I heard, I saw a trailer for this at E3, and some of the weapons that were in there are different now, which I understand. Development changes. They might have some more efficient options or ways of doing things. So oh, that might change in the future. I think they added a new one recently, which is like I think it was like the hand cannon for like the minigunner or for the heavy miner. Forgot the name. Um, I think turrets don't have enough ammo, at least for my taste. I think that they could use just a little bit more, just enough so that way you don't have to quite always be reloading them. But like I was reloading them like 3 or 4 times a fight, and that was with co-op help. So I think that could great. I think that you need to increase not necessarily the ammo that's in the turrets, but either increase the amount of ammo you can carry or the damage that the turrets do. I think the latter would be the better choice. I think that the skill tree is just bland. Like I think it could use a lot more work. Maybe less like 20% here perks or less. Oh, a little more damage here. I think that like a full like class specific perks. Like say you're playing like the driller. He takes like less hits with a pickaxe to mine stuff. So I think that would greatly help if you had more class specific and more role filling perks. Not necessarily 20% health here, take 20% less fall damage there. Which those are nice as like filler between like the major like class perks. Like say like the turd dude, he's like able to like summon an ammo for like half the price, maybe something like that. Or the miner, he like mines 6% more ore, since so that way he's more of a mining character. Or maybe you have the minigunner. I don't know, maybe like his weapon like knocks back enemies instead of just killing them. So that way you can kind of keep the horde back against like the larger enemies. Um, yeah, progression and cosmetics are both pretty bland. I think that like you could probably make progression a lot more interesting if you wanted to. Like I was going to throw out there some examples, but I'm going to do that. And what I want in the kind in the improvement section, I'm going to be talking about. But for now, I'm just talking about things I don't like. Yeah, the cosmetics are pretty bland. Like it's like, do you want like a slightly curly beard, or do you want a more of a bicycle beard or some shit like that? It's like they could do better, but that could be fixed. I just would like to see more. I know right now they're just trying to get the game as polished as possible, because I have a feeling as if it was kind of hey, we need to get this thing released, so that way we can start raking in some money and pay the rent, you know. So I understand that, but would prefer more cosmetics. What I think I would like to see in the game that would improve it, at least in my opinion. Um, I kind of explained this already, but more class specific perks. I would very much appreciate that. Because if you're like playing like say the scout, you know, you expect to like be, you know, the fast speedy guy, but he's really supposed to be the scout, which you don't really need to worry about scouting. I found him just to be more of the, hey, go mine that shit up there in the ceiling for us, please, because you got the grappling hook. It doesn't necessarily increase his speed; it increases his mineability. So either changing his class around a little bit, or I think which would be a better idea, make his lights a little more powerful and allow him to like detect monsters from farther away. But only he can do that. So it would make him a bigger role when a horde's coming in. He can like tell from what direction they're coming in. Because that would be very useful for like say the guy with the turrets. So that way he can preset them up. So maybe he has to scout within a certain distance of the horde in order for him to find it, where they're going to be coming from. That's just one example. There's a bunch. I'm sure that them putting the developers, I mean, putting their heads together, figuring out some things, will probably figure out more than me. But it's just an idea. I think that they could introduce weapon skins into the game, not necessarily like extreme ones, but they could get creative, like have like gems on them or something like that. Make it so you like craft stuff too. That would be very interesting if they were to add some light crafting. Because I know it's kind of like they have the armor, but add more. Like say like the assault rifle, for example, has like a laser sight or something like that, like an underbarrel grenade launcher, something like that. That kind of make it a little more interesting. Um, More levels. I think that there's a good chunk right now, but I think that there could be way more. Either that or make it to where there's like more hazards. I think would make it a lot more fun. Like add so I'm constantly having to like change like how I'm going to have to progress through the room. Like have it towards like stuff that changes throughout the level. Like when an earthquake happens, make it so like things crash down and like the level like changes. Some more interesting things like that I would appreciate. Daily slash weekly slash monthly events, which will kind of tie into weapon skins and cosmetics. I think that that would give more of an incentive to log back on, because I play a game called Warframe, right? And every day you log on and you get yourself a reward for just going on. And which that it makes me want to get on. Now, if you had like your daily challenges, something like that, that would entice me more to get back on. Then you have like your monthlies and your weeklies, something like that, where it's like mine a certain amount and you get like this skin or this weapon skin or something like that, or skins for your pickaxe, for example. I know they did just release an update on health, which I have mixed opinions on that. I think it both helps and worsens the current problem. I know that they made it easier for solo players, but I kind of liked having a chunky amount of health. Kind of made it a little more interesting when you do run out. Very left or right, which I appreciated that. Which I get what they're going for, you know, make it a little more horror, you know, a little more, make you a little more vulnerable. Which I get that. But still, though, think challenges per like level. Like I know you have like the extra thing down there below. Let's just face it. That's something you just do. It's not really an optional thing. You just do it. If there was like in-game challenges, like I don't know, like never called in an ammo drop, like never mind some sugar, something like that, or mine 80% of all the ore in the level, or have like secret levels that you have to find and you have to complete, like find some secret mines you have to have additional rewards and challenges in them. Like add some like unminable rooms where you have to figure out like these puzzles to get past, and you get like a good amount of ore or something like that at the end. Or add like unique rewards that you can get for after you launch it. Maybe like some sort of like things that you can place on your ship. I think that would make it a lot more interesting. I think also more horror elements would be nice too, because the game's really at its best when you're frightened of are you going to survive this horde. So I think some more unpredictability would be nice. Either making it to where there's more like scary sounds that can have that will happen, or more like some stalkerish enemies that don't necessarily instantly attack you, but will just stalk you throughout the level. Something like that. I know it's not necessarily trying to be like an adult, like Alien Isolation shit. I'm not expecting that at all. I'm saying like just some more interesting things besides bugs. I think that there's a lot more they can do with it. Because I know they're going for a kind of a tense vibe, which I love it. There's like this slight dark undertone to everything. More unique boss fights, I think, will be a very nice addition, because currently you just got like a bigger version, like the big armored enemy, and his like main boss attacks, he slams to the ground.
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you.
And that's pretty much it. He might have a bigger health bar that you would have to take out like his butt. Like that's the only place that's like you can damage. I think it would be better if there was more options when it comes to boss fights. Like you're like, oh, wonder which one's going to be. I don't know. Let's prepare. So you have like a giant flying boss. So you're like, okay, we can't use C4 on him then. You know, or oh, it's a giant like worm boss that like digs through the ground. He can come from any angle. That would be interesting. Have like some more like interesting bug hunt modes, because then you have like one where you fight like the 3 bosses. And there's like one where you like defend against like bunch of bugs while you're bringing resources to like this mining extractor, which I want to get into that in a second, how much that is a mess on higher difficulties. Um, I think like a bug hunt where it's like you go in, you know, you have to go in to destroy the nest. It's like you go farther and farther down, it gets harder and harder against more and more enemies. It's less of a mining venture and more of a bug hunt mode, but you're going in there to still get loot. What you're going in to find is like alien eggs. Like I know they have like an alien egg like ish mode where you have to like find eggs, but no, it's like the egg, and you have to have one person designated to carrying it out while the other people, you know, defend him. That would be very interesting. That would bring in, you know, the digger to help him get through. You would have the midi gunner helping defend him. You would have the scout having to go ahead to see where the bugs would be coming from. To help the entire team, you know, get them out and safe. And the only way you should be able to complete is if everybody gets out alive. Because I'm sick of this whole, oh, one person survived, everybody gets 3 rewards, yay. It just feels too casual. Which I know it's not meant to be like Destiny 1 raid specifically. It's trying to go in for more of a pop in, pop out, which co-op in this game is okay. When you're playing with randoms, it's okay. I mostly just play with friends or by myself. Usually people who play this game have found their communities or have already gone on LFG on Xbox. Because that's the best way to find people. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this right now. I want to go into some more slight personal thoughts of what I would like. I've also seen other people say that they would like more story elements would be nice to see what's going on with this world, you know. It'd be more interesting to see what's the backstory of these characters that we're playing as, because as much as this game wants to be a Left 4 Dead game, I know who I was playing as. And that's fine if they wanted to be just us playing as the dwarves, us assuming the role as a dwarf, that's fine. Then if you want to take that role, but then allow us to customize our character to the max extent, you know? Change features, nose shape, you know, all that. But if they want, like, base characters, then they need to flesh them out more. I would appreciate either or those. But they need to pick a path. Because currently, if they go with, like, this kind of blandish, go-with-it thing, it's going to be kind of bland no matter what, because then you can't do as many unique customizations, but you would have a more interesting character if you were to go with a more character role, or you could go with less character and allow you to fully customize your dwarf, but still fit into the same class. Either or, I think that it'd be awesome if they added more interesting and rare gems that you could find. Like, say if you were to find like a crimson diamond, for example, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna get a big hole out of this, and you're not guaranteed to get it throughout the level. It's just a really rare chance. I think that would make it really interesting to keep an eye out for certain resources, because I'm like, oh yay, gold. Does this even increase the amount of money I'm getting? I don't really know. I don't really notice. So it would be interesting if we found, like, you know, a dwarf's wife, you know. That's what I would call like a really rare diamond, or like, you know, dwarf's beard diamond. It's like, oh, this is really worth it. I want to be able to buy a new cosmetic, or if you're to use it to like purchase really rare items for your character, like say changes like your armor from like sort of a brownish color to like maybe gold with like some rubies on like the hilt or something like that. You know, just more interesting things, or have like a golden pickaxe with like inscriptions on it, something like that. Some more interesting things. Also, nerf loot bugs, like they're everywhere, and it gives so many resources. Like you basically get like like 3 like ore or veins worth of like jewels. It's kind of crazy. So I think that there could be a lot they could do with this game. I can't wait to see where this goes in future updates. I'm sure it's within a year from now it's going to look completely different, or maybe not completely different, but it's been fully realized. I think that would I'm really excited to see where the game goes. I know it's not the biggest team ever who's working on it. I think it's like only like 20 people, something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, if developers, if you're watching this, thank you for making such an awesome game. I appreciate it. And know that you're not the only ones that think it's an awesome game. There's all my friends play it. We have a great time. And we appreciate the work that you've created and hope to see more from you guys. Alright, thank you for all watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.